I'm going to show you two different things in this tutorial. Quickly, I'm going to show you the power pose again and just how to move two things at once in power pose. So we're going to go to Window Panes and we are going to go over here to Power Pose. Of course, I have to select on my asset my figure in order to actually assess this power pose. What I'm going to show you is in the face. Now, if you wanted to move two eyes at once, you just can click on this center button and you just scroll around with your mouse. So you can really kind of get some cool, the same thing goes for lifting and closing the eyebrows and bringing them together. And it gives you these prompts below as well. And you can click on this to move different parts of the eyelids as well. Nose, and this is underneath the kind of the cheekbones going to the nose. You can make a more extreme frown. You can make a kind of a lip. You can kind of play with, so there are a lot of kind of options there. Do a little more with that. So that's a quick, you can do, and again, there's other options here. This just is moving that center bridge of the nose. So this one's not operating in a super similar way. But when you get to the body, we zoom out and you go, well, that's the neck. You can move, either side. And this is moving the arms together. Oops, let's get out of there. You can move the legs at one time. So that's just a very helpful option too. And this just has you rotating and translating the figure right here. So that's very helpful. And you can see the different options too down here with the mouse where you can curl it, twist it in and out, close and spread, making different poses. Pretty simple here. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to show you, and then I wanted to show you another option for creating textures on your figure. And let's go back to the surface selection tool here. And I just want to go into surfaces and just show you that each surface has different options. So some have an option with a normal map and some do not. So we're going to go down here. You'll see this one has a base bump, which is the black and white texture information. And then some also have a normal map option. And this also has cutout opacity. So if I wanted to cut this out and just have my arms and create a cool kind of invisible figure look, this is also pretty cool. And you can even see behind the face, there's something pretty cool about that. So that's an interesting kind of option, but we're not going to keep that. So it has displacement strength, UV set. So there's a lot of options here. And let's just look for normal. And so it does have, sometimes it's hard to find in all of those sliders. So I'm going to go to normal map. And what I did was I went online and I just found a free normal map with some cool textures. And the normal maps look like this because they have the grayscale and RGB information about a texture inside of them. And this is just a quick, cool way if you wanted to make some sort of weird texture on your figure. Let's see, this one's kind of a rocky texture, but you have to be in the iRay mode, the render mode, in order to even see that texture. So we're just going to take a look at this and see what happens. And you just have to make sure it has the option for normal map in order for it to work. I was going for. This one's a little more of a rocky texture. So I just clicked on the image and found image editor within there. When I clicked on this little square icon that you can see a hint of my normal map. And then you can play with these settings. So similar to what I was showing you before, you can play with the horizontal offset and the vertical offset. And this is going to use a lot of RAM. So it might take a while to do that, but you can create some cool textures on your figures if you want using this. And I just found free ones, and you can really look for that. So this is a pretty cool effect. Now, not all parts of the figure are going to be easy to do this, meaning they might not be easy to pull off the exact look, but you can always play with the image editor to where you want those. But this creates an interesting scarring look when you're using this rocky texture. And you can also play with your your lights in order to create kind of more extreme lights if you want to. It's pretty cool depending on the mood you want to get. It's a quick way to make some changes or create an interesting effect. She looks very angry, like she's been through something rough. So just thinking about that as a way to edit your figures in a quick way, both the power pose and adding different normal maps. I hope this helps, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.